So hopefully we're live. So welcome to Bunny's Designs. Hopefully we're live. Hopefully we have sound. Little sound man's going up and down, so hopefully that's okay. Let's just have a look at this one. Just draw that up a bit to make it into more focus. So sorry about that, guys. Hi, Dave. Welcome to Bunny's Designs. It's a live show. It's recorded for YouTube. I think it's about the 4th time I've been live on YouTube, so I'm still a newbie. So I thought I'd play in this German. It's a beautiful German book. It's in German, and I don't speak very well. I speak very little. I can probably have food and find the toilet, and that's about it. I've had it a long time, and I did find some spectacular castles, churches, and so I thought, as much as I love it, I want to use it as an altered book. So I've chosen this particular page. Now, this probably will be part 2. Hopefully part 1 recorded. I was having a spot of bother. I didn't realise why. And just realised something else as well. I don't think I can change it now. I think it's a bit late to change anything, I think. So hopefully we're recording. So I've had to now put back again. So, so hopefully I am live now, hopefully. Let's just see if I can tweet again. So can we retweet? Hopefully that might work. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I had a spot of bother. I think it was the sound. So I'm using my artist, it says Doughcraft Artist acrylic paints, and I've had them quite a few years, used them. So a little bit thinner than I thought they would be, but they've done the job. I've christened my brand new heat gun, and smoke came out the end of it, but I'm hoping that's because it was the first time it was used. So I've also found a book that was water damaged, and it had all sorts of parrots and parakeets and small finches and ducks and other birds that you could have as pets. And I thought, well, I could put these birds as life into this altered page, this altered book. But because this isn't a particular abandoned place book. These places are definitely not abandoned. So I thought, well, if I created ivy and lots of overgrown foliage, I could make them abandoned. So I am making an abandoned book. So I'm altering it. So I've put a couple of birds, and when I went through the book, I tried to match the colours on the bird with the colours in the page. So we've got some lovely pale blues and silvers and greys, and a lovely gold, which I thought was kind of like the gold on the lions. I also wanted to put some of my colour book designs in here as well. So it's going to have two different things in it. And one of them is my images for my colour book, which are my toadstools and my mushrooms and my fairies. So again, I think there might be kind of some toadstools being painted along and growing. So it really will be an abandoned, almost an abandoned fairyland, because something wonderful happens when nature takes over a particular kind of place. So I've got some colours. I've got out the green, the brown, and I've mixed a yellow with it to make it a bit paler. Using it quite thin. I'm just thinking about putting some, if you use it quite thin, there's a way you can squash your brush and it looks like an ivy leaf. Now, I haven't done very well with that one. So I'm just going to, it's quite a big brush is this, but I'm trying to create some growth over all this page. I did have some inspiration. One of these books is Discovering the Amazon, and there was a couple of photographs that I thought, yes, I could use that. This particular one, it has lots of really large foliage, and there's a forest. There's a forest creeper, and this kind of thing. I love this. So I think I'll be using these, and I think I'm going to be using maybe some sea. Although I did get really carried away when I saw the water. I did think that was quite spectacular. And of course, we can see all the water kind of flowing down all these beautiful staircases. Again, I like the Amazon kind of jungle feel, and that really does take that. It does take the clean and crispness of these. I mean, the bark, if I can just hold that out a bit, you can see, I do it upside down, but it doesn't actually matter too much. But that's a root, something like that growing up the pillars. I think that looked quite good. And again, I'm a bit of I'm not very good when it comes to using your imagination, but I can see something and I can alter it. I've got to be a bit careful with this because being the Amazon, but there was one particular tree, and I think I'm going to have to Google it because I thought it looked quite spectacular. And for some reason I can't find it. Typical. Just typical. That's again this kind of rainforest with highlights, sunshine falling through. I like the idea of that green jungle kind of morning. This is the thing I want to start off with, the swinging trees, and then we've got climbers, all sorts of ferns, and kind of in that damp, in the damp kind of jungle, you get the toadstools because toadstools like damp. So that was the other reason for them. I thought they'd look spectacular. But there's one particular one particular tree that I wanted to, and it grows upwards. But it looks like it's a creeper, but it isn't. It's not creeping down, it's actually creeping up. And of course, Murphy's Law says I can't find it. So I need to find that because, again, I need it as a reference. I don't think it is that one. Oh, sorry, apologies. Ah, this is it. This is the one. That particular, it looks like a snake, but it isn't. It's a combination of suburbs between it's a creeper, but it's what's it called? It's the huge liana known as the tortoise ladder, and it does look like a tortoise ladder. So I think I may have to Google that one and really have that kind of spiraling up the middle. I think I am trying to keep away from. I'm trying to keep away from stars and water because, of course, we have our master of the color altered books, and I wanted something to be completely different for my first go. So I'm trying to kind of really get that jungle feel, and then have the little toadstools, little houses dotted about. Oh, hi, Miss Q. Welcome to Bunny's Designs. Oh, right. I'll try to do that. I think that's what happened to Dee Dee, wasn't it? Right. I'll see if I could do that. Just bear with me. Thanks, Melody. I was live on the other side. I was live on another chat, and I'll see if I can tell everybody. Oh gosh, I've got a thing. Oh, hi, Melissa. Welcome to Bunny Designs. I did do a book. Hopefully that might have worked. Oh, hi, Fair. Welcome to Bunny's Designs. Anybody else popping in? I know I can't seem to do anything. I could do that on the other one. I could text because I did that for Dee Dee. I went on the other one. I text that everybody had to come off and go to the, but I can't do it because mine just brings up my live show. Let me see if I can do it. Let me have a look, see if I can do it on the other one. Turn the volume down and then. Just bear with me a second, guys, see if I can get. Yeah, that's me live now, I think. I don't know why it does that. Sorry, guys. I'm making such a pig's ear of this. Apologies. Apologies. It's. Oh, well, I've just have to keep going, guys. Apologies, just can't seem to do anything about it. So hopefully everybody might come back. The sound said it was perfectly okay, but it wasn't. So apologies and thank you for trying to shout and get my attention. Oh my goodness. Yes, I think Alfie's been a good boy. He's hiding. This is why I don't get paint very often. I get paint everywhere. If there's a place to get paint, you can guarantee I'll do it. So I want to try and keep this. I'm in the lounge. I'm not technically where I'm supposed to be. So so I think we kind of. So thanks for stopping by, guys. This is a live show. I think it's my third or fourth attempt at YouTube Live. Sorry, guys. Alfie strikes again. So I'm trying to make it look a bit jungle-fied. That's what I'm trying to do, guys. So just put that onto there. So I will turn the volume down for just a second because my family's coming and they don't know that I'm on. So thanks for. I'll be back in just a second, guys. Hi, sorry guys. Hubby's just come home, so it's Father's Day in the UK, so just asking what he wants to do. And my voice has gone a bit croaky. So thanks, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. I thought if I rebooted, so hopefully we'll be fine. I think I'm going to do what I wanted to look at was this was the book that inspired the jungle. This particular page, and it's called there's a type of vine, a tortoise ladder, and I thought that looked spectacular. So I think I'm going to have one of those going up the center. But I've just found, and I have to be a bit careful with this. This is discovering the Amazon because, of course, in the Amazon, people aren't clothed, so I've got to be a little bit careful. But I have found a sunrise. Sorry, the voice is croaky. This, I think it's a sunrise, yeah, early morning. And I'm thinking that's definitely going to be the mist in the background. I think that looks quite nice. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you. I'm so sorry about earlier. This YouTube thing is a bit scary, but we're hopefully going to get better. It has got a bit cooler. Yes, Kingo. Yes, darling. It has. It's got a bit better. But I'm not in the. I mean, I'm on the sofa again because I'm not particularly very well. So I'm on the sofa. But again, we've got colours like this. So although this book isn't abandoned places, this is this normal kind of wonderful places with interiors. I'm actually making them abandoned. Again, it's so difficult not to think stars and space and water. I mean, the water gushing down here was you just can't help yourself because of our wonderful tutor. But I'm trying to keep away from that, and I like the idea. I've got the birds from a damaged, water damaged book, and I actually kind of like the idea that there's also in between the photographs, there's half a dozen ordinary paper pages, and they're not shiny, they're just ordinary. So that means I can practice my toadstools, my mushrooms, and my jungles. Oh, bless. Thank you, darling. I was absolutely gasping. Oh, bless. T-Boy's home. He's been to see his mum. So he's taken Amy back to Manchester. And then picked up the other girl. So, yeah, I again, I've no idea what Ivy looks like. Brain gone. Ugh. So I need references. So I want to use the Amazon reference. I think what I may have to do is put the mist in now, because there's no point doing any detail and little with this, because as I say, it's the Amazon, and this book is probably about 20 years old. But I did find a couple of really interesting things that I wanted to use, and one of them was this sunrise, which of course I can't find now. There's no room at all. Love the spikes though. Reminds me. There's no sundial, but we have spikes. And there's another girl with some spikes as well. She has two spikes coming out of her face, and she's smiling. It's like, I don't think I'd be smiling if I had two spikes. And of course, the parrots come. There's a green Amazon parrot, so the parrots are going to be quite happy sitting in an abandoned place. I wish I could find that sunrise. And this is what I envisage it will look like at the end, hopefully. just looking for my smoky. Again, you see, no imagination. I cannot imagine how to do it at all. Do like that water and the green algae. And again, the toadstools will do quite well there because it's damp, and toadstools like damp places. And there's some nice butterflies to go in there as well. So I think actually this will be an altered jungle. And I will find my early morning mist. And that's the creeper that I want to put in it as well. So I'm just going to pull a small piece. Oh, I did bring some tags with me. Just bear me a second somewhere. I brought some tags so I could mark pages. But I have to use. Piece of paper. So I'm going to go in there, and somewhere there should be some nice foliage in that one. And of course the one page I want, I can't hang. I have to show it off camera. I'm not sure what YouTube's like for nudity, but being the Amazon, the monkeys seem to be wearing more. They've got fur. The birds have got feathers. Ah, there we are. There's the mist. So I think I'm going to have to make that now. So yes, so it wants to get lighter and lighter. So it's green and white, really. So I need a little bit of white. I need to look at that because I really do not have any sense of imagination. I can put something with something else and I can draw it photorealistic, but I can't pull it. These. Now they are drying matte, but they're not quite as thick. So I'm going to put a little bit of that white with that one. And we get the trusty baby wipe. We get a clean one. And I think this will wash off, but it's not going to bother me too much. So that's kind of in the middle. Maybe I should have done it dark green instead. I think early morning mists, especially with the jungles, would look quite good. Just to give it a little bit of interest. You probably won't see much of it because there will be a lot of foliage. It is really going to be kind of, it's like finger painting, but you don't get dirty fingers. So, try Now I've got some space, I might be able to shake it up a little bit. I might get my husband to shake these up because they have been stud for many years. You do feel a little bit of a cheat doing this, have to say. Oh, thank you. You do feel a bit of a having a DD moment, bless her socks. Without of which I would never have painted in a book. So it's all Dee Dee's fault. But she has got all my marbles. She's pinched all my marbles, so. And there is always this thing, less is more, but I really don't know what I'm doing, so just push it off a bit more like this. And I think the green might come in a bit. Having a kind of a green moment, and wherever I go over, I shall just create. I took my papers out, that was silly. I took my papers out. So this bird book was water damaged, and this book is quite an old one, so I don't feel, and we've got some dirty birds now, I don't feel I'm doing something too terrible. And of course the green's going to help. Now they did seem to have a nice little bit of a green mist a bit in the middle. I think I kind of like that. Perhaps when I start using a bit more of these, there's room to kind of shake them up and down a bit. So I think we'll just, it was quite, if you look at the mist, it is quite pale. So it might take several goes at this, I think. I think that might do. I think I might just, I think I might leave that as it is, because I'm sure once we've got all those things back on, I'm sure that's going to be better. So I just need to clean our parrots up because they've got a bit dirty. But if they are going to live in an abandoned place, they need to get used to being dirty birds. So that matte medium that I used, although it was for acrylics, it's worked quite well. And it's allowed me to clean the birds up, which is quite nice. Because I did kind of smudge all over them a bit. So this is quite fun actually, and it's again really out of your comfort zone for me. This isn't Miss Precision, Miss Precise. Just gonna have. Oh dear, sorry, I caught the carrot. I'm on the sofa today. Just have to remember to keep moving the legs, otherwise when I stand up I fall over. I'm just going to reach over for my tea. Hubby's brought me a pot of tea. Bungle's war wounds, or my war wounds, are getting better. So thanks guys for stopping by. Just a quick slurp of tea because hubby's come back. If you've got any questions, pop them in caps. I've got my normal streaming squeaky voice. Sorry guys. So hi to everybody again. Hope everybody's all right. Oh, bye, Darla. Thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful afternoon or morning. I think you're morning, aren't you? We're afternoon. Oh, bye, Dave. Thanks for stopping by. Oh my goodness. Look after your kitties. We've got some kittens. They're 2 days old, and we've got 6-week-old kittens which were hand reared at the RSPCA. In case you don't normally watch, I volunteer, and my daughter's been doing it for, I think she's doing it about 4 years. And she used to go clean the pens out. There's 6 pens, and she'd go feed the cats and play with them a bit once a week. And then they had an open day, and I went, and I was sitting in the wheelchair, and there were some kittens, and I was just playing with a bit of stick and a leaf, and I said, well, I'd volunteer, but obviously I'm quite useless. I'm in a wheelchair. And they went, oh, no, you can play with kittens. So I have this really difficult, terrible job that every Wednesday morning I go play with kittens. Or I also sometimes sit with a cat that's kind of distressed, and I just sit and I sketch. And I'm playing with the wire, sorry guys. I sketch and stroke the cat with the other hand. And it's a really horrible job, but somebody has to do it. So I kind of like the colours. Now I've got the green on there because you see blank stars, but now I've got that. But I've sent off for a book of snowflakes. So I was going to put little tiny snowflakes because I took a photograph of one in a book, and I thought, oh wow, that's quite fantastic. Sorry guys, I am trying to drink my tea before it goes cold. So thanks guys for stopping in. It's Father's Day here in the UK. I don't know if you have the same days. I think you may have different days. It's almost dried actually, so I don't have to use my heat gun. This is my new baby. It's not new. I've had it for maybe 8 to 10 years. I've had it a long time. Not used it. So here we go. Yes, a word of warning, guys. It is not a hairdryer because I bubbled. I burnt my page and had a bubble. So I didn't think I'd like it actually, but I couldn't hold my big ugly hairdryer. But that one is actually really light, so that's not so bad. It's not so bad. Got so many ideas for the next page now, but the brain's in automatic. So the paints do dry out a little bit, but that's not going to upset me. So I like the fact I've got that. I've got a bit of this going on. But I do like the jungle And I can't see it very well, so I'm going to just very quickly Google. I need to Google this leaf. Tortoise ladder. I thought that would look quite spectacular. But maybe actually I put that at the back, I think. So I think actually it's going to look quite good. It's going to work. And when I get to the more difficult photographs that don't inspire me, I've been really naughty. I've started in the middle because this one spoke to me the most. So I thought that would be the best one to start with. Just have to take a tiny bit of this. Because I wanted to lift the tail and I left it too late, so I'll put that on there. Right, that's going to be dried in a minute or two. So I kind of like that mist. It's not brilliant, it's not perfect, but it's my first time. So if anybody else got any questions, pop them in caps. If you say hi, I won't miss you. I do like my chat. It doesn't go very fast. I'm a bit of a slow reader. Slow reader. So I've got this kind of yellow kind of thing going on here. Oh, beg your pardon. Heat gun. Don't think I want to draw on here. I think I'm just going to paint. I fancy some little toadstools here. So the jungle is going to be here. I think we'll just have some little toadstools on this bit, and then the jungle bit. I do my toadstools last. So that's the Dexter. Dexter, that's the deaf one. Are you going to sit down? Yes, he's looking at me, but he has no idea what we're saying. Unfortunately, he just wandered off into the kitchen. I don't know what he was sniffing, but whatever he was sniffing, it went up his nose. So the idea is that if I just kind of get the pail, obviously these are going to change. It's just a rough idea. I've got some green on there, but again, once it's covered, in leaves, then you probably won't see any of this at all. And I do like ivy because ivy appears in my colour books. So although I'm going to be a bit junglified, I've just realised I think I might just maybe keep it. Because everybody's home now. Everybody's home now, so we'll have I did lose all the ivies on that. I've noticed that this paint needs to be thinned down quite a bit, but again, I think mine's not as good as. Oops, some darker brown in that now, but never mind. I know you shouldn't cross your work, but I can't really have the water on the left side at the moment. So I kind of like that. Everybody must be home today, being a Sunday, because we have lots of barky dogs. Don't often have barky dogs. So thank you for stopping by, guys. I hope everybody's all right. I think if you take a clean baby wipe, I think you can get. I might just. I know there'll be lots of leaves, so where I've made a mistake, it should be fine because there will be lots of leaves that I can do. It's just if I made such a real big kind of boo-boo. I don't think you should be ironing on Father's Day, Nigel. So, I like that. I like the fact that we can kind of get olive going. I do want a little mushroom up there. I want some little toadstools there and here. May do those quite bright, and then they'll kind of, although they're small, they'll stand up, maybe perhaps. That's the method behind the madness for that one. Can put that down there, and it would be creeping along the stairs. I don't think it would escape anywhere. I like the idea that that one can even come from up there, just right across there. It's quite a sculptured so here's the bell, so that means this was Alfie. Apologise. Hi, Alfie. Alfie. Just thinking about whether he wants to bark or not. And I'd much rather he didn't. I want to be a little bit darker, that one, so it'll go around there. And some are going to cross over, so again, it's going to be. I think that bow could go around there, so I'm going to put that in and right across and go over there, and then that's the reason why I've got the two gaps. I think that might work. So hopefully we're still live and we're still here. Just put that on there because right, what did I wanted tortoise. I want a tortoise. Tortoise vine, I think it said, didn't it? I think it was tortoise vine. Nope, tortoise vine. It was called a tortoise ladder. There we go. Now we have tortoise climbing up ladders. There we go. We will find one in a second because oh. Well, I wouldn't have thought that would have been so difficult to Google, but it is. So we're going to have a bit of a look at this one. So basically, it looks like bark. Oh, no, but it doesn't. It looks like a ladder. That's why they call it a ladder. Oh, no, I really need... It almost looks like train tracks, actually. But you can't... So it's like a... It's here. It looks like a ladder. So... we will find one soon. We will find one. We will find one. We will find one. We will find one. Not necessarily this century, though. Getting very close now. Aha, there we go. This is what we had in mind. Ooh, wow. Oh, my goodness. That's what we had in mind. So that's why it's called the ladder. And there's toadstool. So I think we could maybe have a tree trunk. This is what I had in mind. Yes, these are spectacular. And this is what I was going to put on the other one as well, the famous trees. Yeah, they're quite spectacular, some of these trees. So, sorry, it's out of focus, guys. So we need that ladder tree, definitely. So we can get rid of that. It's quite spectacular, is that? Yeah, sorry, guys. It needs to kind of come up there. Got there. And down behind here as well. It's down. Wrong size brush, guys, but I'll just give it a bit of oomph. And then I think needs to disappear somewhere, because it's one of those, I think, that needs to disappear somewhere. Very unusual leaf is that one. That looks, doesn't seem to loop like that, but find one that does. There's another twisting one there, so okay, so we're going to come around from here. Shush. Oh dear, sorry guys. I'm so tempted to say, got a text. I don't know why, but I've lost my marbles over the last couple of years and become obsessed watching Love Island with my dog, my teenager, and I just can't help myself. I'm only bad for 8 weeks, but I cannot help myself. I think we're going to actually have quite a lot of these kind of viney things. Now I'm doing them very pale because if they're in the wrong place, I can kind of get rid of them. And we had something down here, so again we can kind of follow the staircase as well. Seeing as we have a banister, probably things would probably follow the banister as well. So and that's left a little room for my stairs for my little mushrooms. Also have kind of things going down, and I've made a boo-boo of that because I didn't want that. I wanted that's the kind of effect we wanted. So, oh, Alfie pants, be quiet, darling. I do these a different colour. Oh, sorry, guys. Honestly, that dog. Seems to be some quite nice growth going on. Oh dear, the boy. And we haven't got Suzanne today to tell him to be quiet. It's like, we want the boy to be quiet. Be quiet, boy.
Do you want another cup of tea?
No, thank you, darling. I'm fine, thank you. So we've got a little bit of that going on. And of course, the other way we've got all this. So it would be growing along all the. Do probably want to be a smaller brush than this. So I have to thank Dee Dee with all my heart for giving me the courage to do this, because otherwise I would never have thought to do this. I'm having quite a lot of fun. I want them to kind of escape from all around. So eventually there wouldn't be much left. And it's going to be a bit furry, I think, some of them. Some of them are a bit furry. But I did like the jungle idea, and I wish I could draw that ladder one better, but it's... I think I need a slightly smaller brush. That one might be better. Remember, with acrylics, you do need to keep your paintbrushes in water. And a shallow dish is perfect because you need to lay them in the water, but underneath the water. So that would be good. Let's see if we can just get a little bit of something going on. This was our staircase, wasn't it? So it has like another bit of a flurry as it's going out. And I will turn those down, but it's to give me a highlight. And that was the other one. There's another one here. Kind of. And then it gets kind of bigger again. It does this whoppy thing. Did we have two or did we have three? I thought we had three. I think we had one down here. So this one's started. Because there's so much going on, I just needed something. Actually, I don't think that was one, but never mind. It is now. Where did the other one go? I think it went over there. I'm sure we'll find. Oh, there's the other one. There's one there. Let's just do. No. I think. Oh, that was on this one here as well. So I think we'll have 5, seeing as it's going to be quite a jungle. I think we'll have 5. And I think it just kind of fades away, so that's cool. Sometimes that's quite nice. And Dexter says, well, I'm not going to be left out. I'm going to start barking now. So it's going to be quite full on, I think. I think it's going to be quite full on. I like the little yellow flowers. And this is the only time you would normally leave your colours. And I'm probably going to put some more of this. Again, got to be a little bit wetter for this ivy leaf, I think. And it's a if you're doing watercolour sometimes. I'm not sure if this is a bigger one. I might keep the smaller ones small. I think I'm going to keep the brown ones small. And then we can have some very bright. Because there's going to be a lot of larger leaves. This is the kind of the backbone. Unfortunately, it's rather tedious to watch. So apologies for boring, but I'll speed it up, fast forward. Eventually, there's going to be quite a lot of leaves overlapping each other. So sometimes when you're watercolouring, you can use certain techniques to get certain leaves. And that's kind of what they use, instead of drawing each one individually. But you've got to get the paint just wet enough, and unfortunately too wet, and you get and this is going to be quite a tedious job, but it should look a bit different when it's finished, hopefully. So we've got the snake ladder. I think this was an ordinary ivy vine. Snaking its way. I think probably these are going to be in the background, so. And of course, they've got to get smaller. Oh, sorry, guys, I've got to go. Sorry about that. It's okay. Just have to watch Gigi. She's going. She's a little bit senile. She's going senile. No, she's not. She's got dementia. And feeding time at the zoo's not good. And hubby got bit last week, so bitten. Sorry. So I've got to be a bit careful. Can't have him being bitten on Father's Day. And his arm is completely black. So I was just a bit worried about him, but he's all right. They know he's a pushover, you see. You know, they have to behave when I'm about, but... Oh, dear. And she's also got leukemia, so she's not a well... She's not a well bunny. Bless her. I like that one. Oh, that's one. Again, little tiny ones for these because they're further away, so... And this is the highlight. So, of course, the next dot on this, all these little tiny leaves, is going to be the colour of the leaves. So it's just to give me an indication of where everything is, because it's going to get very busy, I think. I think it's going to get a little bit busy. I wonder if my thing is gone. It's gone. Everything's gone. Sorry, guys. I'm just wondering if all my... It's always hectic. Always hectic. Oh. We haven't got Suzanne to shout at Alfie today. Make him behave himself. It's drying nice and quickly though, but I think this is going to be rather boring. So I might just see if I can do a little toadstool there. Otherwise we may be here a while. Alfie hasn't learned to be quiet. He gets fed last because he won't behave himself. I'm just getting obsessed by these little... I wonder if we've got some coming down there. I think they might want to bigger leaves. I think I like the little ones around the staircase because I think that's probably how it would work. I've got it's tried. So I'm keeping the brush vertical and trying to get, and some will be touching the vine and some won't. So. I think I'm probably going to bring my acrylics out of retirement because these are a little bit thin. Although I think you've got to be a bit careful they don't stick. I've got that one to go over the top of that one. Oh, I do like that little trail. That's quite nice, that one. very much. And of course, this is so much out of my comfort zone, being so kind of loose. And one thing I had meant to do is to put, which was a bit silly, is to put a low light shadow. But actually, I think they look quite nice. I think I don't need to do that. I don't think I need to do that. I was going to put a shadow on. Actually, I don't think I need to do that. It really is going to be a very busy picture, this one, I think. So we have to be prepared that we're not going to like it, because trying to use the yellow paint so I don't waste it. So this is this is the ladder one. So that was different. That must be difficult. So that's different. That one wants to be different as well, because I think it's a bit bigger. But I haven't got as many on this one. So, and if you do make a boo-boo, you can always put a large one all the way through the front. So we're just having a bit of a play for the minute. So, have you got any questions? Anybody else doing altered books? I like the fact that I'm actually playing with quite not a posh brush as well, so that's quite nice. I think when I get a shadow next to them, I think they'll look slightly better. And I think a few ferns as well. There's some big ferns that grow. Oh, you're in here now, are you? Hi, miss. Oh, goodness. Sorry, guys. Just can't help feeding time at the zoo. You need to keep your acrylics fluid there, because they don't like a lot of oh no, it's going to get busy around that. I thought it would get very busy. I'm sure most of these will disappear. sure there'll be some more leaves when I have a look at this. I think I can afford to go darker and even lighter, I think. Yeah, I think I need to do something over here a bit, I think. It's definitely a busy page. It's definitely a busy page. If I zoom in a little bit, it might not be quite as boring. Look. See if I can just focus a bit. I'll probably move. Easy to move the camera. They're quite small because they're quite a long way away. I think when I darken them up, it should be okay. I don't know if I want any more than that. I think that's probably enough. Right. I'm really sorry, guys. This has got to be the most boring thing on the planet. Watching somebody paint all these little tiny things. I'm getting a bit further. And then that can kind of wrap round. I'll wrap that probably around the other one, and then so I need mushroom colour now. I haven't really got a mushroom colour, have I? So sorry guys, I was having a moment. Again, I don't think it matters that it's just the fact that we've got some little toadstools going on. And that's the flat. So we're going to have some little tiny toadstools on there. Just sort that out a bit. Let's have a look. Really will have to try to get mine on the other side. So, and then here we've got. Got some little toadstools. Oops. And I did want a couple of tiny ones up here, but I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. I might put a couple up there. Let me see if I can just zoom in a bit and then. Gosh. It's not easy. Let's see. Right, thanks guys. I've got to go because I've got a little monster. So thanks for stopping by. I hope everybody has a wonderful, pleasant evening, what's left of it. And I'll just pan out and see. Oops. See where we are. So that's my first altered book with parrots and castles. Thank you for watching.